starts. We're going to put them up now. Georgie Hewitt and Sinclair come back in. Out goes Dean Towers. He's a bit stiff, isn't he? And Nankervis gave a good account of himself as well. Priddis, the Brownlow medalist, comes back in with McInnes and Wellingham. Hutchings Lycett, he goes out for an act of stupidity. And do you want to comment on that one, Baz? And Nelson goes out as well. So let's have a look at the lineup here.
Yeah, I mean, the Swans disappointing last week to lose, but they were pretty brave at the Adelaide Oval. So this is going to be a great contest. Just love the way they go about it. Their midfield strength. They keep rowing stars through that midfield. Mitchell's playing great footy. So is Jack. Good to have McVeigh across halfback, so he'll get better with every game.
Look at the strength indicator there, 98%.
Yeah.
That's of their rated by Champion data there, their best 22 that they can put on the park. And look at West Coast up at 97% with their inclusions of Wellingham and Priddis as well. This is going to be one cracking game if both sides are pretty much at full strength. And you look at Jetta on the outside with Gaff on the wings. Those two guys are going to be a great combination as this year unfolds. Jetta's just starting to find his run.
They are. They're such a different midfield to the Sydney midfield. There's a lot of outside run there and very classy ball users. Sydney are more inside. The SCG, will that suit them? Probably will.
Yeah, not a lot of the West Coast Eagles boys have played at the SCG. A few of them have, a few of the older experience. There's going to be a lot of first-timers out there. Well, we have the match committee here, and these boys have their match committee. I'll probably be tuning in to these great minds next to me, Simo and the horse.
Taking notes.
Yeah, like that. The match committee, let's have a look at who does what. There we go. I'm the chairman, yeah, which means I do nothing. Opposition analyst, defensive analyst, and forward analyst for Barry Hall. Barry Hall, you start off. You're going to have a look at the Sydney forwards playing at the SCG.
Yeah, with the SCG, and such a dominant midfield the Sydney's had in the first 4 rounds, and such good clearance side. They're in and under. They get a lot of clearance plays. We're going to have a look here. This is the first clearance of round 1. And they set the scene. One kick out of a clearance at the SCG, and look where it lands, in a very dangerous spot. And that's where it's really important as a key forward.
The traffic it passes on the way in there too.
Well, to get a good body position on your defender.
Yeah.
So expected to go to a dangerous spot out of a clearance. They're a good clearance side. They're in the top 3 in the competition. Expected to go to a dangerous spot. Get your defender in the spot that you're best suited. So get him where you can push off. Maybe, obviously, most people say in front for the kicks, but just get him on the side where you're best suited to push off, get your body in the right position to take those quick kicks coming out of the stoppages.
Until you, and I only played 7 there as a home team, until you're au fait with playing at the SCG, it is exceptionally difficult for a key forward, isn't it? What did you do?
Well, I think you just got to play that, particularly as a full forward, probably play that 20 metres out from goal. So you're not that in between, you're not that centre forward way too far up or the full forward too far back. You've got to play that 20 metres out.
Because there's a no man's land there for a key forward, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of congestion in that there, but sometimes you just got to suck it and see, bring the ball to ground. You're not always going to have it on the plate.
Baz would just send everyone out to the side of the square, so we had the whole 52.
Get out, it's all about me.
Get out. And they let Mickey Oates stand next to him. He was the only one allowed.
That was all right,
he was the only one allowed next to him.
You'll go, Jono. You're going to have a look at the defensive measures of the West Coast Eagles.
Yeah, and the Wiggles web. Jared Healy named that last year, and it really is significant to watch it unfold, because this web is making West Coast, I think, premiership ready. When you look at scores that they score for, because they lock it in, as you can see here, the player movement, and then obviously the restriction on the opposition to under 80 points. We look at that every single week here on Fox Footy, and West Coast are right up there again. You see there the movement. They've put the opposition over in the pocket, and then you see them wanting to shift the ball around. You see Kennedy there. He's the one who starts it. He's the huntsman in this web. He's the one who starts to control the forwards.
They don't have webs, huntsmen.
They're not even venomous, are they?
I don't know. I was going to say Charlotte, but that would have been worse. But you look across it, and on a serious nature, you talk about the SCG, Baz.
Yep.
Nick Nat out of the middle. He gets first use to their midfielders. They're going to pump it forward. Then the web's going to take control on this small SCG. It's going to be tough for Sydney then to get it going back the other way.
Still think Josh Kennedy's maybe a red back.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, funnel web, something like that. A bit more dangerous.
It's good vision, that is, because we're sick to death of, we'll talk about Richmond later on, but we're sick to death of seeing people say, look at Hodge, he's doing this. Everyone does it.
That's right.
Josh Kennedy does it. He pushes them all over. So that's part of the team leadership.
That's the on-field leadership.
Everybody has to buy in. buy in with. Lynchy, let's have a look at what you bring to the table, please, sir.
Well, I've got no video clips because I'm non-Victorian and nothing got clipped up for me. But, Jono, you mentioned Nat Nui and how important he is with the clearances. Conversely, the Sydney ruckman, Sinclair and Tippett, they'll go up they'll contest very well in the centre circle, but they'll drive forward from the clearance. They'll run forward and try to make Nat Nui play as a defender. So it's going to be a Russian roulette if Nat Nui, conversely, wants to go forward himself, because we've seen in recent weeks, Sinclair didn't play last week, mind you, Tippett and Sinclair, they kick goals. So they want to make, and certainly did that with Mumford as well, made him play as a defender so they can play as a forward and mark the ball.
Start at your end, please, Barry. Who are you going for, sir?
Sydney for me, huge midfield battle, but I think Sydney will get the chocolates.
I'm going for the Webb to stand up. I'll go for the Eagles.
I'll go Swans.
Swannies, 3-1 here. I'm going for the Swans as well. So we'll find out what our very good friend thinks about the odds here. Nathan Brown from Sportsbet. What do you got for us first, mate? We went 4-zip for the Hawks to beat Adelaide. I've got a feeling it's going to be a little bit closer than that.
Well, it certainly is, Dermott, with Hawthorn Adelaide. The best game of the year so far. Jono mentioned Hawthorn's record, but unbelievably, this will be 4 of the 5 games so far where more money has been on the opposition. Adelaide have been $3 into $2.90, double the money on Adelaide over Hawthorn at $1.42. And just quickly on Sam Mitchell, $1.04 to have 25 plus possessions. Got a little bit of value there. He's $1.41 to have 30 plus. So that's at Sportsbet. Now, another big game is the Demons and the Tigers. And the